Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, the best forward in the NBA right now. A few years ago, young Giannis Antetokounmpo was asked in an interview what kind of basketball player he was. Describe it. The Spanish sports reporter asked, "I can jump, I can shoot, I can pass the ball. Also, yes, I can do everything on the basketball court." Giannis replied, "What is your dream in life?" asked the reporter. "My dream is to play one day in the NBA." That was a dream of a young boy who had issues having an identity. Poor to a fault, he had to hawk to survive, share a pair of shoes to run. But then that same young boy grew up to write his name alongside the greatest in the world. This is the story of Giannis Antetokounmpo and how he became the most dominant player in the NBA. Without further ado, let's get into the archives of a great young black man. Giannis Antetokounmpo was in the cold city of Athens, Greece, on the 6th of December, 1994, to immigrants from Nigeria. Giannis is the third born in the home of 7 boys. Life as it was growing up was sort of difficult for Giannis. His parents left Lagos, Nigeria in 1991 for Greece in a search for greener pastures for themselves and family, leaving behind Francis, their firstborn, behind with his grandparents. Days turned to years, and greener pastures sounded like a fairy tale, as nothing seemed to be working out financially. Disappointments everywhere, and because they were non-citizens, they were not eligible for the Greek benefits other citizens enjoyed to live comfortably. But they did have love, a love so strong they gave birth to 6 boys, many mouths to feed. Giannis, alongside his brothers, grew up with a survivor spirit. They aided their parents by hawking glasses, watches, and handbags on the streets. And during their free time, the boys played in the park. His basketball story began the very day a Greek coach saw Giannis on the basketball court. Seeing physical strength and height, he knew right away that Giannis was destined to play basketball, a good asset to his team. Although then Giannis preferred playing football. After a whole lot of convincing, the coach paid Giannis's parents the sum of $500 monthly to sign Giannis and his elder brother Thanasis playing for his club. Giannis and Thanasis shared a pair of shoes, but they were the best players on the team. As time went on, with more hard work and basic skills learnt, Giannis became the most dominant player on the team. In 2011, Antetokounmpo played with the senior men's team of Philathletikos in the semi-pro Greek Basketball League, 3rd Division, during the 2011-12 season. In December, Giannis's agent negotiated a deal with Spanish club CAI Zaragoza, which included NBA buyouts for every season. Giannis turned 18 at that time, which then gave him eligibility for Greek citizenship. Giannis was also on the radar of many other European teams. On getting his Greek citizenship, the name Antetokounmpo became Antetokounmpo due to the Greek nomenclature, and that was the birth of the name of the popular name many find hard to pronounce. The NBA finally called during the 2013 NBA Draft Night. Giannis's dream was fulfilled when he was named 15th overall round 1 pick of the NBA Draft, drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis was given the number 34. Getting into the league, Giannis was quick to realize that the NBA was a whole different spectrum. He was in the league of the best, and so to compete and dominate like he loved to do, Giannis had to be at his very best. Seeing his huge potential, the coaches knew Giannis was a golden asset for the team, having great height and good defensive instincts, and enormous athleticism. He was going to be the best if he could gain more strength and stamina. Giannis had been just playing basketball for only 5 years at this point, so he put on his schoolboy learning hat and stuck to the process. He worked twice as hard in the gym, gaining muscles and improving on his playmaking skills. Being a skinny boy, he had a long way to go, but that did not discourage the young talent. Into the furnace he went in, and after 2 years, Giannis came out redefined and twice as tall. The NBA could not help but ask, who is this freak? In the 2015-16 season, Giannis was averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. That season, he made the NBA know he was ready and fit to dominate. He scored a career high of 33 points against the Cleveland Cavaliers, a near triple against the Golden State Warriors with 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. He eventually hit his triple target of 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists against the Lakers, becoming the youngest Buck to ever score a triple-double. He was only 21 years old. The following season, Giannis didn't relent. He improved on his game totally and totally dominated on the court. He led the Bucks in all 5 statistical categories: points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. That same season, he became the first NBA player ever to be ranked top 20 in all statistical categories. That season, he was also awarded the Most Improved Player of the NBA. He got his first selection of many calls into the NBA All-Star team. This season, Giannis worked twice as hard and wanted to win it all. So, he doubled up his points and defended all attacks against his team. In a bid to win it all, Giannis made sure he dominated every game. He won his very first NBA MVP award that season and lost out on a championship. Never give up was the one only mantra Giannis knew, and he lived on it. The next season, Giannis dominated the league yet again, playing against formidable teams with stars as if he was playing against little kids in the park. He loved every minute he played on the court. He had fun racking up points after points, blocks after blocks. It seemed if it was Giannis against himself in the NBA. At the end of the season, Giannis was awarded with his second consecutive NBA MVP award in consecutive years, and also the All-Defensive Player of the Year award that same season, making him the only player after Hakeem Olajuwon in 1994 and Michael Jordan in 1996 to win both awards in a single season. Despite all the personal triumphs and awards, Giannis was still not satisfied. He needed the full glory. He needed that championship ring. So determined as he always was, he stuck to his guns and kept to the process. Worked 10 times harder, became 3 times wiser and twice as strong. He stepped into the 2020-2021 season and dominated as usual, but this time he made sure his points and blocks won the matches. Giannis reached a career high of 50 points in the finals, as the Bucks came from 2 games down to defeat the Phoenix Suns 4-2 in the finals. Giannis was awarded his first Finals MVP alongside his NBA championship. It was an emotional night for the superstar as he received his awards, remembering that the very legend that trained with him and pushed him way harder to be the greatest, not just the best in the league. Kobe Bryant installed into Giannis that Mamba mentality he had to become the greatest that he was. They both trained together and shared special moments on the court, lifting that very award he dreamed of, which his idol always promised him that he will get eventually, was a mix of heavy emotions, because that very idol of his was no more. Kobe Bryant, thanks for everything, said Giannis as he received his award. The title defense season was yet another mission to dominate and defend his ring. Giannis Antetokounmpo, nicknamed the Greek Freak, did it again, like he always did as he dominated the league yet again. However, this time, he could not meet his targets as the Bucks were defeated by the Celtics. At the end of that season, Giannis was awarded the Defensive Player of the Year for a second time in his career. He also attained his career high in points that same season. Giannis Antetokounmpo has proven to be the greatest forward of all time in the NBA, and he's currently on the ropes to win yet another MVP this season with dominating stats as usual. That story of the 28-year-old legend is so amazing that it had to be told in a movie. In 2022, the biopic Rise, a movie about the life of Giannis Antetokounmpo, was released in cinemas. The story still continues as the Greek Freak continues to dominate and show clear signs that he is yet to hit his prime. The NBA is now Giannis's house.